game. Playing against my buddy with his Orks. We're playing 2,000 points of 40k. I'm bringing my Necrons. We are doing priority target. I believe that's the mission name. It is the cross diagonal zone deployment, and there's 5 zones where we got to move. Jamie got to pick this side. I picked this side. We moved the objectives around. One of them happens to be in the middle of the table. We can't really move the terrain around without flipping the board, so it's just hanging out in the middle like a very annoying piece of trash. Through the for secondaries, I'm taking engage in all fronts, priority targets, and bring it down. Jamie's bringing priority targets, assassinate, and engage in all fronts. Starting over with these guys, do you want to tell me what you're bringing?
So you got Ludas, some Pain Boy next to him, just a bunch of boys. I got my Orc truck full of knobs.
Teehee.
To the right of my truck, you got my Mega Knobs. And just ahead of the Mega Knobs is my Weird Boy. To the right of those, you got your Mega Track Scrapjack and your Shock Drum. Moving ahead of the Shock Drum, more boys, followed by more boys to the left of them. Further left is your Death Dread, Morkanaut, and nicely hiding under the walkway is Gaz and his little friend Makai.
And each of your warriors has a knob with power claw in it.
Only a couple of my knobs have that. So
Okay.
Boss Knob has Big Choppa.
Oh yeah, I can see that Choppa.
Yeah. I know I equipped a couple of these guys with the Power Stabba.
Yeah, it looks like
Power Stabba, Power Claw, and then your Choppas.
Sounds good. On my side, I have a unit of 4 Wraiths. They just have the claws, because I couldn't justify spending points on Ballistic Skill 4 shooting. I have a unit of Crypto Thralls, and a unit of 19 Warriors with the Gauze Reapers. Unit of 6 Scarabs sitting up in the front. A unit of 7 Lich Guard holding up the middle. A Chronomancer sitting back here, right next to Szeras, and a Command Barge. There are 2 Chronoptic Doomstalkers with that are being babysat by this Technomancer, who the Technomancer is going to be giving them +1 to hit with his little artifact dealy. That Chronomancer also has the Veil of Darkness, and I don't think I gave him anything else. I believe he just has the Veil of Darkness. Yeah. He shouldn't have an Aeon Staff. He should have the Entropic Lance because the Aeon Staff is trash. Apparently, I just didn't fix that free changeover for gear. Szeras has the upgrade artifact or warlord trait that's enduring will, so it's -1 to the damage profile. The command barge has +3 to his range of abilities, and he has the relic resurrection orb. This unit of 5 tomb blades have Tesla cannons. One of them doesn't. One of them is just got like the shitty default gun because it was 5 points cheaper, so I can hit that 2,000 points. And they all have the upgrade for +1, 3+ armor. I have another unit of 19 warriors with the Reapers, and then a unit of 5 immortals sitting in the back, about to jump onto a zone. I already did my 6-inch move up and around. We rolled off for who goes first, and Orks are taking turn 1. So we just finished Orks turn 1. Orks kind of moved up into this corner over here, and not much movement from the Morkanaut, but everything else just kind of 5-inch their way up the table. In the shooting phase, the psychic phase, did you do anything? Or did you
I skipped it for now. Nothing was in range of me using anything.
Shooting phase, he blasted the crap out of my Scarabs, killing 4 bases of them. He was doing it one at a time, so I couldn't actually bring any of my Scarabs back because it was just impossible luck. And then he also blasted down 1 Lich Guard and wounded a Lich Guard. So I will be bringing one of those dudes back. but my scarabs are in hurt order right now. So we are off to Necrons Turn One. All right, we just finished Necrons Turn One. My dudes just kind of moved up. My wraiths moved into this table corner. My scarabs moved up into here. I brought back a Lich Guard from Szeras. Szeras gave this unit of Tomb Blades +1 strength with his augment whatever. The Command Barge gave my Tomb Blades and my warriors +1 to hit. And my protocol was again +1 to my move characteristic. Um, Nothing really moved up. My Lich Guard kind of shimmied up a little bit, but nothing too extreme. And in the shooting phase, these Tomb Blades blasted the Tesla shot the Orc boys that were right over here, killing 12 of the 13 dudes. And in the morale check, the Knob failed his morale check, and then Gaz tried to slap him into a fighting stance and murdered him. Um, you can notice that the Morkanaut is off the table. I spent that the 1 CP so that I can ignore dense cover, and the 2 Doomstalkers and Szeras shot into him. Szeras did shit all. The 1 Doomstalker did 14 wounds to it, and then the last one did the last 4 wounds with its 1 wound making it through. So that was very lucky on these guys' behalf. That was quite swingy that that thing is taken out. I didn't really move up anything. Scoring wise, I got 3. I got 2 for engage in all fronts, 3 for priority targets, and 3 for bring it down because that dude was over 12 points. I don't think we mentioned Orks got 3 for priority targets, and he was not engaging in all fronts. We are off to Orks, turn 1. I mean, turn 2.
You don't want to leave those guys back there. They're having fun.
Okay,
They're just enjoying themselves.
so we just finished Orcs Turn Two. These dudes didn't move up. These Orc boys walked up. The truck came across the ruins. The shock jumper advanced and teleported into this back corner, and the weird boy teleported these mega knobs into this corner as well. Ghazghkull moved up. The mega truck moved up, and the dead the Death Dread moved up as well to about here. In the shooting phase, psychic phase, he's launched his Mega Knobs over into this corner. And in the shooting phase, he knocked out 3 Wraiths and damaged 1. And blew up some Scarabs, I believe. No, he didn't kill any Scarabs with shooting. He just shot the crap out of my Wraiths. And in the shooting here, this Shock Jumper blew up my Technomancer. And the Mega Knobs did 3 wounds to my Doomstalker. Yeah, I used my reanimation protocol to bring my dude back. I ended up rolling a 5, and he came back with 2 wounds. And I spent the 2 CP that this Doomstalker got to shoot at the Dragster, only doing 3 wounds because, of course, Jamie was making some 6-up invulnerable saves like a boss. And we've just been talking like these dudes are doing nothing, and I'm an idiot for not having these guys just sitting right here and just preventing this. They're doing nothing the rest of the game. I'm just an idiot. But then the breaks. The Death Dread came across and punched out a Scarab base, and so 1's left. But he's holding the zone. My objective secured Scarab, so that's going to be victory points for me. And we are his scoring, he only had 1 zone, so he scored 1. Engage in all fronts. Oh, you hold that back zone still, right? Yeah. So you score 3, 4. Whoops. As I try and do it from zoomed out. You score 3, 4 priority targets. You are in 3 quarters, so you get 2 points for engage in all fronts. And the protocol for this turn is, I believe I did the 6s are armor penetrating on shooting. Yeah, and so we're off to Necrons Turn 2. All right, so we just finished Necrons Turn 2. I did a lot of movement in this one. My Necron warriors walked down into this area. My Lich Guard moved over here. My Scarab fell back out of this combat, and my Tomb Blades moved up a little bit so that my warriors can get into this position to try and shoot at the Death Dread. I did get tied up with the stupid terrain, so I was actually out of range by barely with a bunch of my shots. Um, the Technomancer basically flew onto the other side of here. My Command Barge flew back onto this side, and the Immortals walked over onto this side as well. Chronomancer is hiding in this section, and Zera's kind of moved up as well. In the healing phase, what the hell did I do? I healed up my Doomstalker, and my characters got healed up by 1. And then in the end of the mood phase, I believe I gave my Lich Guard +1 strength, and my +1 hit went out on these Lich Guard and these warriors. So did my 5-up my 5-up invuln onto those warriors. Shooting phase, I did 4 wounds to this truck with one of my Doomstalkers. My other Doomstalker blew up all of the knobs that were in this corner, the Mega Knobs, and I barely took this truck down. It was every shooting thing I had with like Command Barge, Chronomancer, all of these warriors shooting at it. It was an Immortal's last shot that was like these dudes over here with the long bomb shot that did the last one to blow it up. So that was a stressful whole situation over in that corner. I had to put a lot of points to keep those points out. Did 0 wounds to this guy in shooting. When I made my charge, I made sure that this dude was within range, so no one can shoot up Zeras, but that took one dude out of combat by doing so, which in now retrospect, this dude's got 1 wound left, and so he didn't die. In return, he crushed one of my Lich Guard, and this Wraith flew over here to go attack those Ludas, and they stood and shot, doing 2 wounds to my Wraith, and I killed 2 Ludas in return, and 2 more fled from leadership. And these Tomb Blades blasted off 9 Orc boys, and then he failed a leadership check over there with Gaz, and then he risked the leadership. It was like the toss up of does he do D3 mortal wounds or see if they run away, and unfortunately the Knob was one of the guys that ran away on a 2. And yeah, that's basically my turn. I scored 2 for Bring It Down for blowing up the bike, 3 for priority targets, and 2 for engage in all fronts, and I scored 15 for holding 3 objectives, or yeah, holding more objectives. And so we are off to Orks turn 3. So we just finished Orks turn 3. His turn was very aggressive. His Pain Boy and all these dudes charged in on my Wraith as his Ludo Boy fell back. He shot the hell out of my Wraith, and he almost killed him with pistol fire, but I spent 1 CP to save the the 1 armor save I didn't make. So I've spent a lot of CP this turn. This truck advanced out of the debris up here. Still got all the knobs in there. He tried to psychic down my swarm and shoot at my swarm, and there's still 2 wounds left on those dudes. Ghazghkull came ripping across the table into my Lich Guard, and so did the Mega Truck. Shooting phase saw 5 dead warriors, and I believe I resurrected 2. And yeah, that's basically that. Ghazghkull just crushed Lich Guard. He murdered 3 dudes by himself, and pulling the the Death Dread out of combat, and the Megatrack I think also cut down one of the Lich Guard for the 4 kills, and that's basically it. The Pain Boy murdered the Wraith in combat, and yeah, scoring wise, you know what's funny? This dude's not in all 4 table corners. So what you should have done is this dude just stays out a bit. So now you have units in all 4 table corners.
Ah, I see, I see.
So you're going to score 3 points for engage in all fronts. And you didn't kill any characters, and you're still holding your zone in the back. And he also scored holding 2 objectives, so he got his 10 points for primaries. And we are off to Necrons turn. Oh, sorry. And the protocol was reanimation protocol. I was doing that because the living wound medal wasn't going to really help me this turn. So reanimation protocol, I got to reroll 1 dice, which did not help me at all this turn. So we're off to Necrons turn 3. All right, we just finished Necrons turn 3. It was very big swing in the Necron behalf. Warriors came across into here. There's a bunch of warriors hiding in this building as well. I healed this unit back up with Szeras and my Technomancer before they moved. I gave this unit of Immortals and these warriors +1 to hit from my command barge. My command barge then flew up over into this little area. My Crypto Thralls are running back into this area to stop anything else from teleporting into my butt. These warriors walked back over onto this side. My Lich Guard fell back and Szeras healed up one of these dudes. So I got 2 Lich Guard left. These warriors got +1 toughness from Szeras' augmentation, and then going into the shooting phase. Oh shit, sorry. My Tomb Blades fell back into this table corner, and my Scarabs just healed up from living metal. In the shooting phase, I went to town on just shooting. Every single thing I had shot at vehicles. It took like 5 things to shoot at. Oh, it was like half of all my infantry shooting at that stupid dread to do that one last wound. Um, and then I barely plinked down his drill cart. The big shot actually came from the Chronomancer that did 5 wounds to it. The Doomsday Arcs blew up the truck, and the other Doomsday Arc blew up all the knobs that popped out of it. And I did 4 wounds to Ghazghkull from my other warriors just shooting up into him. So since he already took his 4 wounds, I stopped shooting at him because it'd be silly to continue doing that. And I didn't realize that Makari had a 2+ invulnerable, so I didn't shoot at him. That was a big swing for decisions. So I scored my 3 points for engage in all fronts. I scored max points that I can get for bring it down, and I scored my 3 for priority target. We are off to Orks turn 5? 4. Orks turn 4. Sorry, this was Necrons turn 4. Alright, we just finished Orks turn 4. Ghazghkull ran into the Lich Guard and blew him up. Makari ran into the warriors. I stood and shot him with Overwatch, dealing 2 wounds. Oh, sorry, doing 4 wounds, and he failed to save 2 of them. CP rerolled 1 of them. So he took 1 wound into the charge in, and in combat he did nothing, and I wounded him back 1. Ghazghkull just murdered the Lich Guard. It wasn't even a thing. The Weird Boy blew up 2 of the Tomb Blades, and 1 of them reincarnated, and then none of them actually did anything to the Weird Boy. Alright, did I miss anything?
Nope. No, I think you got it.
Alright, scoring wise, scored 3 for engage on all fronts and 3 for primary targets. And he also scored 10 points for his primaries. So we're off to Necrons turn 4. So recording. So we just finished Orcs turn 4. Oh no, shit, that was Necrons turn 4. That was my turn. Shooting, I blasted Gaz down 4 wounds. I blew up the Weird Boy because my dudes fell back onto the zone. I blew up the Weird Boy and I blew up the 3 dudes that were basically holding off over in this corner. And combat, I did 1 wound to Makari. He did nothing in return to my dudes. And I did... actually, a couple went in on Gaz, but then he just 4-up and bombed them. And then the ones that actually went through, he feel no pained it. And then he turned around and punched the Catacomb command barge in the face and it exploded. So we're off to Orcs turn 5, I believe. Oh, my scoring was I get 3. Oh shit, I just changed the mission. 3 for priority targets and 3 for engage in all fronts because I am in all 4 corners because of Scarabs are being awesome.
Stupid things.
So we're off to Orcs turn 5. All right, so we just finished Orks Turn 5. Basically nothing happened. These guys can't really get up there. The looter tried to shoot at them and didn't wound. Um, Gaz blew up Szeras. Szeras tried to fight him first and just failed. And then Gaz just turned around and punched him in the face. Makari did 2 mortal wounds to my warriors, and then they punched him back in the face to kill him. After he blew up Szeras, he consolidated into these warriors, and we are off to Necrons turn 5. Oh, scoring. Uh, you know what?
One more assassination.
Yeah, you get 2 more assassinations.
Oh, that's right.
2 more assassinations. You don't have priority targets, and you only have 2 units, so you can't engage in 3 fronts. Yeah, so we're off to Necrons turn 5. All right, so we just finished Necrons turn 5. We just kind of finished it. I wanted to see if I can kill Gaz. My dudes fell back because we're not crazy, and then the Doomstalkers shot the hell out of him, which didn't do anything. I think both those Doomstalkers did nothing with the big guns, and the small, tiny, dinky guns did 1 wound, and then these warriors basically blasted him off the table for a big other 2 wounds. He then spent his last 2 CP to shoot the back and killed 2, and they reanimated 2. So scoring the primaries, I am in all 3 fronts, and I scored max on that, and I scored max on bring it down. But yeah, thanks for the game, Daniel.